Woo-wee!
We may happen, yo.
What a wild finish.
Yeah, that was pretty
my
insane.
Dick or
God.
the kicker. Dick or the kicker.
I was saying it was Chargers kick, the Falcons in the dicker for the win.
That's right.
In the dicker for the win. Messed up, dude. Messed
Oh,
up.
man, that's
Messed
so
up,
good.
dude.
That's too good.
That's too good,
Oh my
man.
god, dude. I'm
Too
over here
good.
having a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Dude.
unbelievable, dude. Like, in true Chargers fashion, they always got to make it interesting, especially at the end with the.
Yeah.
I mean, think about this for a second. Like, okay, the Austin Eckler touchdown, right?
Oh,
That
yeah.
his elbow was down
Yeah.
and it was returned. I mean,
I
that's
think
my
his
point.
elbow touched a blade of grass. That's what it was, really.
I mean, think about this for a second, guys. Like, I cannot believe. Oh, dude! And then the penalty, the return back, we fumble it, we get it back, we throw the pass to actually get back in field goal range again. So kicker the dicker the kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude! Like, this game should not have. How is this even possible? It's
Right.
not even. It's not even.
Yeah, it's
should be
incredible.
expected right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mina Kimes, after that Charger fumble to basically the Falcons fumbling, and then we get it back. She tweeted, "The Chargers just chargered there, and the Falcons responded by falconing, pretty much." And because the dude didn't even get touched, just fumbled the ball and gave it back to him, to where they could have been in position to win the game, pretty much. And so it was, oh my gosh, it was unreal to see that. But man, ugly wins are still a win, and I'll take 5-3 any day right now. I'll take it all day, my friends. Jeez.
Yeah.
But once again, Chargers, and
Chargers, Falcon and falconing, right? Is that what it is? Falconing.
Yep, falconing. Yep, exactly.
God, dude. Unbelievable.
Yep. I'll take it all day. But kind of the one pivot point for this game was when Khalil Mack got that strip sack, and that kind of held off the touchdown to be able to put them up in a better, put us in a hole, I should say, because I think they didn't get a score in this. So they got a touchdown in third, but they had no scores in the second and the fourth. We got 6 points in the fourth to win. So yeah, I mean, that was a big play for Khalil Mack to make that. Eventually, they obviously did score a touchdown off of the pick that happened off of Palmer's face, pretty much.
Yeah.
Palmer's face.
Yeah.
But that changed the game. That changed
face
the momentum a little bit. So
face Palmer, dude.
That would be the headline, dude. Face Palmer, dude.
Yeah.
Face Palmer,
face Palmer. Oh man. Yeah, absolutely, Aether, dude. Credit for the defense. Standing room only, same thing. Defense played good today. The one thing that I'll say though is that yes, we found ways to make some, turnovers, or we got sacks kind of in a timely manner where we kind of tightened up in the second quarter. But I mean, once again, they ran the ball down on us pretty much the whole game. 201 yards on the ground, 114 passing yards.
Right.
That's awesome. But they still had a total of 315 yards on us versus 336 by us. So
yeah.
So either way, a win's a win's a win. I'll take it all day. You would think that it's going to correct everything for everybody, but MVP, Dick or the kicker for sure. For sure.
Right. Dick or the kicker.
Dick or the kicker, man.
Dick or the kicker, dude. Gotta love that.
Yep.
So wild. Wild.
Yep, absolutely. Passing first downs, we got 16. They have 7.
Yep.
It just goes to show you, rushing first downs, we have 3. They have 12.
Yep. Wow.
Clearly, we're not. I mean, we're completely different teams. 100%, right? I mean, I'm looking at third down efficiency. I mean, we're 8 for 16. They're 5 for 11. Fourth down efficiency, 1 for 1, which that was huge for us. Total plays, Chargers had 67. They had 60, which kind of surprised me. I would have expected them to have more for some reason because they ran the ball so much. Total drives, we had 10. They had 9. Yards per play, we had 5. They had 5.2. Passing, 245. They had 114. Completion attempt, 300 or 30 and 43. They were 12 and 23. Yards per pass, we were 5.7. They were 4.6. We did get an interception though. That interception was kind of crap too. Like that was just kind of garbage. The way
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't on Herbert. I mean, I kept thinking, I'm like, oh my God, dude, catch the ball, dude. It hits your hands directly. Come on, dude.
Right.
Like catch the ball. Just frustrating. Anyways, 91 yards rushing. We have 201.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unreal.
It's pretty interesting. The one thing I'll say about this game, though, I do really feel like one guy who was kind of, and I'm not going to say necessarily MVP, but basically he did make a difference to this game. It was Isaiah Spiller, in my opinion.
Yeah, he did. He did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why I'm saying that, because there was a couple times that he was later in the game. He ended up getting a little bit more longer rips. I felt like he kind of paced the game out a little bit better than Sony Michel would have. Sony Michel only had 1 carry for 12 yards. The entire game, to where Isaiah Spiller had 7 for 29 for 4.1 yards a carry, which was more than Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a little bit more that he basically was allowing to get a little bit more rips and give us better positionings to be able to make better play calls. So that's just something I observed from this game. I felt like he kind of really was a good RB2 for us in this game. Some people might not look at that way, but I would definitely say that. So Spiller with the first down run for 8. And the crazy stat too, late in the third, Chargers had no first downs to 8 to the Falcons, and I think shortly after that we got a first down. But there was even the same thing, I think, in the second quarter, but it was in reverse. Us basically with like 10 first downs versus them having 0. So it was just kind of weird little stats that I saw throughout the game.
Right.
Dicker the kicker.
That's all we got to say, really. Dicker the kicker.
Dicker the kicker, dude.
I mean, okay, so there's a lot of like positives that we obviously, a win is a win, and it wasn't like a very pretty win still. I felt like, like it was kind of sloppy, still ugly. The biggest thing is our first 15 failed. Absolutely. Our first quarter failed. Absolutely. They got 10 points on us in the first quarter, and we actually started showing up in the second quarter, so so that still just needs to be worked on. Biggest thing is like we always start from behind, so how can we actually improve upon that, like for this next game against the freaking Niners? Because that's like we can't start from behind with them. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I'm going to say one thing here. And the difference that when I came into this game, I was thinking the way that we need to win this game is force the Falcons to longer third downs, which if you look at all that, I don't think that there was one long third down conversion in this game. There was probably about 3 passes that Mariota had downfield that he was way off.
Right.
I feel like the third down conversion for them for like a longer situation or a, say it's 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, or 3rd and 8 or whatever it is. I feel like he didn't really do that well throwing the ball downfield, period. And even talking to the out of your Falcon Mind podcast guys, Mike has always been really, really critical about Mariota throwing the ball downfield. And it really seemed to come in our favor to when they had a 3rd and long to either we get a sack, like the Derwin James sack. I think was there a Drew Tranquil sack? I know he got steamrolled.
Yeah, it was Drew Tranquil sack.
He got totally plowed.
He got 1 sack. Derwin James got a sack. We only had 2 sacks total for this game.
Yeah. Exactly. And we had none. We gave up none with ours, by the way. So 0 sacks. I'll take that. Yep, I'll take that all day.
And despite throwing in Storm Norton at the end there, shoot.
Oh, yeah. I was like, no.
Oh, no, we're almost done. This is almost
Nobody
done.
wants to see the ponytail out there, yo. He sucks. The freaking ginger ponytail, dude. Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Well,
that was
okay,
pretty
guys.
bad.
Okay, here we go. So, do we have any thoughts or questions in the chat here at this point?
Let's see. I don't know. I've been just kind of throwing out social media stuff, so
I know.
we do got a couple things here.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Got
Yeah,
it. All right, here
yeah,
we
here we
go.
go. What's
So
the deal
actually,
with Parham?
We're just flapping our gums over here, guys.
Yeah, no, we're just flapping
Yep.
our gums. Like you guys you got questions. Let's just keep bringing it out. What's the deal
Is
with
he
Parham?
injured?
Is he injured?
Yes, he's
Yeah,
injured.
yes.
Hamstrings.
Yeah. Hamstring again. So then they put him on IR so that way they
Oh.
can free up positional space, I'm sure. So yeah.
Yep. That was it's a 4-week IR situation for Parham. We'll see what happens to him too. And that's once again when we talked about in pregame. That's our hopes is that we'll be able to get these guys later in the seasons when we really could do a nice long run. So if Parham could come back healthy, Bosa could come back healthy, and then obviously Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. If we could keep this trend kind of going, and once again we're floundering through the schedule right now. If we could come back and be healthy and be at a competitive situation, we would be looking really, really good going into late in this year to be able to make a run. So yeah, that's kind of the deal here. We're getting spammed all day over here, dude.
Yeah, no, I blocked him right away.
Yeah.
Look at that, dude.
This guy's testing free speech, I think.
Yep.
Hey, I got no problem with free speech, man. I got no problem with free speech. I like it. We all got it.
It's all good. It's all good.
William Watkins is getting involved there.
Yep. That's awesome.
Jeez.
Then Carlos busted out. It's like, hey,
that's exactly what we're talking about.
Went down. Yeah, we just talked about that. Yeah, it was freaking gnarly, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually just read that Daniel Popper was talking about that Pipkins has been dealing with an MCL sprain. So I don't know if that's what is exactly happening there. So hopefully he did not make it worse. Hopefully Austin Johnson, once again, he had a knee injury. When he went down, they said he was questionable return. I don't think it was a question. I think it was he is not going to return based upon what it looked like.
Yeah.
So
carted off the field. Yeah, not a good idea.
Carted off the field. Yeah, I don't think he's going to hop up and just jump up all of a sudden and be like, "Get me back out there, coach." So we'll see. Yeah, and Zach, yeah, that's the thing. Fehoko might be back on the 53 now if Austin Johnson's down. I mean, Otito Abonia played a little bit out there, and there was, I watched kind of how he played, and I feel like he's gotten kind of getting bullied around a little bit. But he's a rookie. He's figuring out.
Well, you know who really frustrated me out there, guys, on the defensive side of the ball? Kyle Van Noy. Yeah. They ran the ball to his side the entire time, and he did nothing. He did absolutely nothing. It was so frustrating to see that. And I kept thinking to myself, like, oh my God, dude, like, stop somebody. But he was always blocked, and then the guy ran right past him, and he always had his hand out like this to do nothing, to do absolutely nothing. And so I guess my point is, like, it's very clear to me that Kyle Van Noy is not the guy. He's more of a middle linebacker. That makes sense for him, but he's not an edge rusher, not somebody that can stop the edge or play the run. He's terrible at that. So it was just a weird thing that I saw with him this game over and over and over again. And I'm like, wow, it's so bad, guys. And so pretty frustrating for me. So I don't know, guys, agree or disagree with me. Did you see that as well? Because every time I saw them running the ball to his side, they ran it away from Khalil Mack 100%. Like he was, every running play was going away from Khalil Mack. Yeah. So
the one thing that I've noticed too, we have a very bad edge setting players. So for instance, Kenneth Murray had a lot of times where he would basically get locked up by a tight end and not do a very good job to be able to shut off the block. So there was multiple times that I saw that too. Kyle Van Noy seems to be that way. We don't have very good edge setters on run plays.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been an issue for us. I mean, hence we got 200 something plus yards thrown on us. If we want to have some positivity, this one's for you, Aether. I'll tell you right now, here is a positivity about this game for us and this win. Chargers have just one less victory, 5, than the best team in the AFC at 6, while having the most injured team in the entire NFL.
Yep.
Interesting to think about, guys.
That's
Interesting
really
to think about.
Yeah.
Just to go on a positive note with that, we're only one game away from this. If the Chiefs ended up losing tonight, we'd be tied for the AFC West at this point.
Which would be amazing. It'd be incredible.
Yeah, which would be insane to see that at 8 games into the season, we'd be tied for the Chiefs. Weird to think about that, right?
Super wild to think about. But you know what? I'll sell this though. Hey, fortunately, the Raiders lost. Thank God. You know they were doing pretty good for a little bit, but you know they can stay on the bottom. I like that.
They can just be all the way down at the bottom. Don't win the game ever. Wait, did the Raiders lose?
Yeah, they lost. Yeah.
Beautiful.
What? They lost again? They were up 17-0.
And they were up on the Jags too for a while.
Yes, they were up on the. Oh my God, I gotta look at that score because I didn't even pay attention after that. Oh my God, that's amazing.
27-20 Jaguars, dude. Wow.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Wow, because I was like, wow, 17-0. There's no way they're gonna lose that game. There's no way.
Yeah.
Travis
wow,
Etienne
that's amazing.
Killed them, dude. Etienne killed them.
28 oh my
carries,
God,
109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wow.
What?
You know, it's just like that meme I shared. It's like that meme I shared where I'm sitting there eating popcorn, watching the dumpster fire, dude. It's happening again. 2-5, baby. Here we go. Watching that dumpster fire.
2-5. Dude, they're 2-6 now, dude. Josh McDaniels, he's done. He's gonna be he's gonna be taken around the back. Boom, shot, done.
Bam. See you, bud.
Just look at the flowers, please. Look at the flowers, Josh.
Look at the flowers.
Look at the flowers.
That's a little Walking Dead reference right there, dude.
That's Walking Dead, yeah.
Oh, that's Walking Dead. Okay, I was thinking about
killing that psychopath, like, you know, kid or whatever like that, you know, like.
Look at the flowers.
Back of the dome.
Yeah,
he's done, dude. Well, but yeah, interesting. Wow, dude, that's crazy. Dude, Devontae Adams is pissed. I thought he was going to get wasn't he going to get suspended for a while because of pushing that dude over?
Because I think he got fined. I think for like kind of plowing through that photographer or something like that. You know, like because he was pissed off of that game. Yeah,
dude,
it would have been. Yeah, it would have been pretty good for him to get suspended, but that's just me, you know, and all that stuff. So, anyways,
anything else? Guys. Like any other questions that people got, or any comments or anything like that? That would be really good.
Here you go. Zach Benson had one. He was like, "Hey, how about can we talk about Dicker's ball placement?"
Jokes there, guys. So many jokes.
Yes. Oh man,
yeah,
so good.
Ball placement great. His balls look great. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's right. Yeah. He goes balls deep.
He's got great looking balls. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
That's great.
Hey, honestly, man, I want him just to stay the kicker for the rest of the season because of all the jokes.
Dicker the kicker, dude. That's it, bro.
Oh man, that's cool for me.
What's insane to me?
This. Yeah.
Go ahead, Andy. Go ahead, Andy.
No, I was just gonna say this. As a Charger fan, it breaks my heart that like Koo is on the Falcons and he's like had an amazing season. Every kicker we've ever had, we let go, and they always have a great career after they leave the Chargers.
Unreal. Well,
but
not
this
today.
Season,
he missed a field goal.
He missed that one. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he missed that one, and then we got Dicker the kicker came in, kicked the field goal to win the game, and then we had another guy. What was his name? The other guy that was hurt. Burlett. Yeah, Burlett. And he came in and kicked and started winning. And so my point is, wow, this is amazing that we now have kickers that can like clearly we have cleaned up our special teams issues, and that is huge. How many games have we lost because of special teams? And that's not a concern for me anymore, which is, guys, am I crazy for thinking that way? Because oh my God, dude, like how well, that's true.
You got to go
Badgley's not doing too great. He's doing okay, but not great.
Right. Well, and you got to go back to the coaches. Ryan Ficken, he seems to be the guy that's really cleaned it up for us. I mean, we have gotten 3 kickers now that have found ways to make enough kicks to be able to get us to win. I want to say, Burlett, did he kick a game-winning field goal for us against the Browns? And that was a while ago. So I know we won 30-28, and I was trying to think if he hit a game winner for that one. But basically, if he did, that means now that we've had 3 kickers on our team that have hit game winners for us. So you got obviously our boy. Oh my gosh, my brain is shutting off on me now. So Burlett, basically, if he hit the game winner, and then you got Dustin Hopkins, who basically got us 4 field goals with a bad hammy, and then now you got it with Dicker the kicker. So
Yeah.
Dicker
If
the
that's
kicker.
true, that's insane. That's insane to be able to see that. Like that we've had 3 kickers that have basically hit game winners for us.
Dude, it's so crazy.
That's
it really
insane.
is. I mean, it's just nuts.
And that's
Oh my
really
God.
not a very common thing for us, the Chargers, ever to be able to do that. So yeah, I mean, our special teams have been great, and we've had a solid situation. And how many times, Andy, do you always say like J.K. Scott's got a great field or a punt, and he just did a great job of hanging that ball up, and
He
so
did.
he's done a great job. I would love to be able to see a little bit more, longer run backs, maybe a touchdown run from DeAndre Carter or whatnot after a punt or a kickoff. But you know what? I'll take simple and boring special teams and field goal kicks that could win a game all day.
All day of the week. All day of the week, dude. No, and I'm a big fan of that. Yeah, I mean, and it's weird because like we look good at times, but we look very bad at times, which is so scary to me, right? And I'm curious. All right, so Dicker the kicker is going to get a game ball, right? Dicker the kicker will get a game ball. Okay, who else is getting a game ball this game? Maybe Palmer.
Khalil Mack with that strip. Yeah.
Yep, Mack will get one. Probably Palmer. I'm thinking
8 catches, 106.
For stepping up in a huge way, for sure. Yeah.
Yep. That would probably be it. Maybe
Tranquil. Tranquil.
Yeah,
Tranquil's already gotten one before because he had a sacks and 2 tackles for loss. Dude, Drew Tranquil had 10 sacks and 8 solo sacks.
Yeah, dude, he's all over the field.
Dude, bro, he's a Pro Bowl linebacker right now, guys.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you know what blows me away is Kenneth Murray, dude. 6 for 5. 1 tackle for loss, man. I don't know, dude. Like he's just, I don't know, man. Like he's just not there.
Yeah, that. Like I said, there was a play where in the beginning of the game, I felt like there was
Dick was not 2 game balls.
Yes, he does.
2 game balls.
Yeah, because we got 2 big balls. We got 2 big balls.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna run
2 big game balls, yo.
Yeah. But. Yeah, the thing about it is, like I said, like I don't feel like K9 does a very good job of shedding blocks at all. He does not set the edge very well. No. He doesn't know how to be able to get a blocker off of him. I feel like there should be a little bit more or less like, hey, run at him, hit him, versus like, hey, just kind of keep him away from you so then you can try to make a move from that point. So, and once again, I'm not a coach by any means, but I'd feel like I'd much more enjoy to have a player a little bit more free to make a play versus being to try to shed off a block of some sort. So, but I've noticed that a lot with K9, that he was kind of a little like, he gets stuck. Once you get him in a block, he's pretty much locked in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. He has a hard time actually like breaking free of those blocks and just like, breaking free of, any kind of like, play at all. Like, and I'm just not sure. And the same thing goes with like Tillery, like, I mean, they both have that kind of that issue, but they're both Anthony Lynn guys. And I think the other thing is too is that neither one of them actually fully commit to the play. Like, I mean, there's times that Tillery and Murray still have like a full on like they get good penetration and like they almost get there, whatever, but they just don't finish the play. It's just like, what are you guys doing here, man? Just finish it. Go keep going until the whistle blows. Like, I mean, that's why Eckler, he got up and he kept running. He didn't hear the whistle go, so he just said, all right, I'm going. So yeah.
I still feel like by the way, on that one. He got robbed on that.
Burlett did kick his 27-yard field goal to basically in the fourth quarter to put us ahead 30 to 28
right.
in the game. So technically it is technically it was like a game winning field goal. But pretty awesome, man. I mean, but yeah, go back to K9. I just feel like he's not doing well enough to be able to kind of just attack the line and attack the edge by any means. I don't think we're setting the edge by any means at all. But look, man, I'm gonna try to stay positive on this because we are 5-3. I'll take that all day.
That's huge.
We are now 4-1 in the last 5 games. Take that all
amazing.
Day. I'll take that with all the
games.
injuries we're having.
Dude. Think about that. 4-1 in the last 5. Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So we're killing it right now. We're doing well with it. We're basically doing it with half of a team right now. Our top wide receivers out, our tight end 2's out, our left tackle is out. I mean, we're getting things moving along right now. So I'll take it. I'll take it all day.
Yeah.
I'm happy with being where we're at, 5-3. Next week against the Niners, bigger deal that we got to deal with them.
Yep.
I mean, big thing about the Niners, they are very good on the defense. They are very good on the run too. So it's kind of going to be a very similar situation in my opinion, but their defense is going to be a little stingy all around next week.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah. And that's the truth though too. Like, I mean, obviously we all hate those ugly wins that we get, but like a win is a win is a win.
Take it.
A win,
Take
hey, all we have to do is figure out how to beat the other team this week.
Big time.
And, if we can do that and if we just score 3 more points, 2 more points, 1 more point than them, that's all the difference that we need to make.
All that matters.
It's just a winning thing. Like, obviously we don't have to have decisive wins, but I want those wins, of course. But hey, let's take what we can get and move on to the next week for sure. Yeah.
It was wild to see how that happened with that fumble and the Chargers charging to basically the falconing. And the thing about it is like that is like the epitome in the story of these two franchises. I mean, like I've been saying, Falcons and Chargers are very similar in a lot of aspects of how they just find ways to put themselves in weird situations. And once again, I'll go back on this too. We were down once again in this game in first quarter. We're one of the worst in the league for the first quarter, one of the best in the second quarter.
Yes.
And then we're the worst in the fourth quarter. So it's like, what is going on? Why can't we get like a nice, consistent game throughout? Like there was, I think the first, and I'm sorry, I'm going on a little bit of a rant here in the sense, but first drive for the Chargers, bandied to the flat for 1 yard. That was like a pass that he did catch it. He couldn't really even do anything with it. It was a really stupid play call to where he just got like 1 yard and then basically stepped out. Second possession they had, it was kind of the same thing where we just kind of didn't even do anything at all. Another 3 and out. We started the game with 2 3 and outs right then and there. So that's 6 plays that you basically ran that you got nowhere and did nothing with it.
Completely
wasted, completely wasted. So
and that's coaching though. That's coaching. Yep. That's Lombardi's scripted plays that were dipshit plays that didn't do anything. And that is the frustration I've always had with Joe Lombardi specifically. It's like he doesn't quite know how to make anything work. Like I feel like he's almost picking plays out of the air. Oh, I'm just going to hit plays and then just say, let's go for it. Didn't work out. And that's frustrating. Okay, by the way, you guys keep talking about Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack had a great game. He definitely deserves a game ball. I promise you he'll get a game ball for sure.
Absolutely.
That strip was amazing, dude. Like he literally was right there. It's like, boop, give me that ball. And he just ran it back. I was like, oh my God. And by the way, I was so upset that we did not score off of that. I wish we had scored off that, which is so frustrating. To put a cherry on top, dude. Boom. Sprinkles and a cherry on top, Oh.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, hungry. One thing I was thinking about it. One thing I was thinking about that is he was very much. I was like, man, Mac is a lot slower than I thought. I was like, he was just rumbling like so slow down the field, and I was like, man, he is a little slower than I thought he was. But hey, man, he was still rumbling and bubbling down the field and making it happen. So it was pretty awesome to watch. But the thing about it is it took away a score from them, and ultimately they still ended up getting a score out of it anyways. But that's something to be able to say that it could have shifted the game quite a bit more in our favor if they got a touchdown without Mac taking that strip. So who knows? It was a really big play. It was a really, really big play for us. And I think that was a good shifting point for this game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people in the chat are talking about Mike Davis though, too. Like how he was balling out, and that was one thing that, I kind of mentioned it in the chat already too, but like, out of your Falcon Mind guys, they were like, speaking very highly of him the entire game. I don't think he really allowed hardly any completions on his side at all, did he?
Yeah, no, he didn't. The thing about Mike Davis too, he understands the zone game and that's where JC Jackson is not good. He's not good at zone. Again, if you go back to what I think we should have done with JC Jackson, we should have had JC Jackson be up on the number one guy, just lock him down by himself. JC Jackson's on one dude. The thing is, though, we like to run zone. And the reason why we like to run zone is because then if they run the ball to Mike Davis's side in the zone, he could go up there and make a play on the run game, right? And that's where JC Jackson's very bad. He's more of a guy that just covers a wide receiver. He just locks that person down. But it's a problem in the run game, and that's why he has not quite figured things out here with the Chargers. Having said that, Mike Davis, he looks good, but he understands our defense, right? And but that brings up a good point, guys. That brings up a really good point. This is why it's important to have depth of players that are on your team that have time to understand your defense and offense 100%. Because we talk about bringing people in, oh, let's fix this, let's fix that. Well, they don't know your offense or defense. JC Jackson clearly came in. He had all offseason to figure it out. He didn't do it. He didn't figure it out. He didn't understand it. Sony Michel still has not been great on the offensive side of the ball either, right? So there's arguments both ways about that. So I find that conversation very interesting. And it just goes to show you someone that knows the system comes in, can be productive right out of the gate. Makes me think if we have continuing having more injuries, please knock on wood. We need no more injuries, guys, moving forward. No more injuries.
Yeah.
But what if Jasir Taylor or Dean Leonard comes in? Some of these other guys have behind that are rookies that could step in. They'd probably perform fairly well. So, or at least better than they did in preseason. So just my take.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, going back to the preseason, when we had JC Jackson, a lot of people, and we even talked a little bit about it, that we're like, hey, maybe Mike Davis is one of those guys that we could end up trading off, get some other player somewhere, or basically trade off for salary reasons.
We talked about that for a while.
Glad we didn't do that, right? I mean, that's why we have depth. And, we do know that Brandon Staley loves cornerbacks. I mean, like he did. We got Dean Leonard, we got Jasir Taylor, we got JT Woods. He loves defensive backfield guys. And so he wanted to stack that as many people as he possibly can. And really, Mike Davis, man, he's got that ice in his veins when he does a play where he looks like he's injecting his arm. He's a stud, man. He's killing him. Like the reverse of the Merriman or something like that.
Yeah, right.
Lights out.
Yeah. So
and Xander Horvath did not really play in this game at all, which is kind of weird. And that's
too bad, actually. He played a little bit.
I don't understand why he's not out there.
He was out there for like some I formation stuff, but nothing.
That's about it.
I formation.
What he did for run.
Yeah, but he didn't really. They didn't throw it to him. They didn't run him, which is fine. I mean, but there's that one awesome play where. In the goal line situation where he went out and had that block where Eckler could got in still. Even though I was a little worried there, Eckler almost actually got kind of like caught up and stuff too, but instead he bounced around. So it was just like, geez. So I mean, good to see them out there though to get that lead block, because I've been talking about it a lot, just I want to see these double back formations where Horvath will get that lead block so that way we can get them in there. I mean, that's why, again, that's exactly why LT was so good, because Lorenzo Neal was out there to kind of to be there. So
there was one play that it looked like it was a designed throw to Horvath, but Horvath was too slow to get into his passing formation. He seemed kind of like he was like kind of stuck between a tight end and a defensive end and like a lineman. And then he looked like he was going to try to come out, but then it basically ended up getting blown up as a play.
Yeah,
and that was kind of a goal line situation, but that's the only time I really saw him outside of a couple blocks there too. But
right.
The thing about it is the NFL doesn't tend to like all these fullbacks, more or less. They feel like it's a very old school position, and it's got its place. It's not one of those situations like what LT had with Lorenzo O'Neal, to where he was out there pretty frequently to help block for LT. But either way, I mean, good to see. As a positive, once again, another positive message is we came out of the bye week and got a win. And
that was
it
huge.
initially started out just like the way the Chargers started, where we ended up putting ourselves in a hole real quickly. Yep. And then we found a way to be able to dig ourselves out. I mean, just as another positive to that, we basically gave up 10 points in the first quarter and only 7 for the rest of the game. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I was so pissed off. I'm like, you freaking assholes. By the way, Tyler Algier, 10 carries for 99 yards. He averaged 9.9 yards a carry, dude.
Killing him.
Guys.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable, dude. That's unbelievable.
Dude, he keeps those legs going. I mean, he keeps those legs going. The extra effort to his runs are pretty tremendous. I mean, the guy's a stud.
That's why I wanted the Chargers to draft him. I mean,
yeah.
I said over and over again, the Chargers should draft Tyler Algier. It aggravates me that we did, but it is what it is. So, but again, this is a team. Atlanta's a team that he would do better on because they run first, pass second. So, he definitely is highlighted at this point. But, good for him. Converted linebacker. So I would say this, going back to Xander Horvath. Xander Horvath was a converted linebacker and a running back as well. I would argue he probably could do as well as Tyler Algier potentially if we use him in the same situations, but we don't. So, So that's one of those situations you have to keep asking yourself. So anyways, thought of mine.
A couple people, Maxwell Hughes basically asked about Austin Johnson update. They don't have a for sure update. I just know that it sounds like it's a knee situation. They said questionable to return during the game, which obviously he did not. There was also Trey Pipkins too. He has a sprained MCL, I believe it was. He's been dealing with that throughout most of the season. I don't know if it's necessarily anything bad yet, if it's more serious than that. I mean, the thing is, though, I'll give a big shout out to Trey Pipkins because he's been dealing with a lot of injuries.
He has
throughout this season, and he's out there fighting. I mean, that guy is fighting for that right tackle position. So I'm sure we'll get an update here soon about
Daniel
that.
Popper
probably
actually just says about that right now. It's a sprained MCL.
Sprained MCL. Who said that?
Only sprained. That's not too bad. Sprained's okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, sprained, it's okay. It's better than an ACL by far.
Yeah.
Or any tear or anything like that. I think someone else got a sprained MCL on the team. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't JC Jackson, but somebody else got the same thing. Was it I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, I think that's like the second player with a sprained MCL injury. So
okay.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, Fehoko will probably play next week. He'll be out there. Big butt and gut right on the line. I like Fehoko, by the way, guys.
I do like him a lot too. Yeah.
Yeah, Zach Benson made that comment. Fehoko has to play next week. Yeah, I think that's the smart move. I mean, well, he'll definitely be elevated for sure. I mean, he has to be. I mean, I don't even know why he wouldn't be because he did such a great job. Personally, I think he should have been out there at the beginning of the season and should have stayed out there. Personally, I think he's better than Covington.
Yep.
I don't understand why Covington's out there over Fehoko. So, okay, great. Let Fehoko play. I think he's better. So, but that's just my take.
Yep.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Yeah. Steve basically saying we had seven starters not play, man. I mean, it's pretty amazing to be able to see what we're doing. And like I said, man, positivity again. We're 4-1 in the last 5 games. Take it. I will take that all day. We've had 3 kickers kick essentially game-winning field goals for us. Now, I mean, how long has this organization had a struggle of trying to keep a good, consistent field goal kicker? Now we've had 3 guys that have done it for us to make us win games. And, maybe the identity of this team is that we're just going to be a team that grinds it out. And maybe that's where we're trying to figure out that we're just a grinding out type team. We'll find ways to make plays here and there, and we'll find ways to we'll find a way to be able to win close games. And maybe that's just our identity for this team. And those are heart attack type games, but I'll take them all day, man. A win is a win is a win. I'll take it all day.
That's right.
I be willing.
Wildin'.
I be wildin'. Willing,
all these injuries just keep happening week to week. We got to start getting some of those guys we lost earlier in the season back, and that's very true.
Yeah, we do.
And that's kind of what we were hoping for. I'm pretty sure Bosa, he should be coming back here pretty soon. Like if not at probably the earliest, the end of November, like early December, something like that, though.
Yeah, we'll
Did you
have him.
guys observe that Herbert was throwing a lot of sidearm type passes?
I thought that was weird too.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. I thought that was
Yeah,
really weird.
and
Yeah.
that's the first time I've really seen a lot of sidearm type looking throws, and it was kind of like in the second, third quarter that he kept doing a lot of that. And I don't know if that has something to do with like his rib injury or whatnot, but there is kind of a highly uncharacteristic amount of batted balls too for Herbert. So it almost makes me think. I mean, once again, Herbert's a tall quarterback, and you should not have a lot of batted balls by any means the way you're throwing. But maybe his overhead throw is just a little bit more harder on his rib cage, and maybe this sidearm throw thing seems to be working a lot better for him, so it's just doesn't hurt as much anymore. So either way, it was just kind of an interesting observation I noticed throughout the game.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, because that's kind of why. I mean, we talked about that a little bit too. Is that like, I think that's kind of why Herbert does not throw as many deep balls anymore. Is because it's obviously it probably hurts his ribs to have to put more power into the pass. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously that's why he keeps doing these dink and dunks, just like quick little 5-10 yard passes or whatever, just because he just wants to get the ball out fast. And like he it's less pain, less throws. I don't know. Maybe a sidearm works better. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never had a cracked rib cartilage before, so I don't know how that feels. But I do know that maybe it's a lot like a back injury, whereas everything you don't realize how much your back is used until your back is injured. It's like maybe that's kind of what it is with like the rib cartilage.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it tugs and pulls, and that's the thing. Like I've had an injury to my rib, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all, man. It really tugs and pulls at everything you do. When you breathe, it even kind of you could feel it too. So it's really a frustrating situation, and you can only imagine as a quarterback that's basically having a bunch of giant linemen and linebackers coming running at you, trying to sack you and throw you on the ground or whatnot. You kind of make yourself think a little bit of what you want to do with decision making. You don't want to take a hit because you're already hurt, and so
100%.
That's sketchy.
And that was one thing I wanted to see. I wanted to see Herbert run the ball a little more. Just make the defense respect it a little bit.
Yep.
But he didn't do that, which is a bummer to me. But at the end of the day, I understand why he didn't do it. But my point is, I wish he would have ran the ball a little more. Just to switch things up a little bit with the defense. So
he did get that one kind of late little run that kind of threw off like in the fourth, and I don't think they really expected that by any means. And Herbert really hasn't been running the ball at all, and I guess you would really say for the same reason you don't want to re-injure his rib anymore. So. So
exactly, actually, Maxwell actually brought up a good point here. See, he hasn't heard anyone make the observation that sometimes Herbert's ball is too hot and therefore not catchable. Rivers used to throw the most catchable balls of all time. Actually, it's kind of funny. I think the announcers talked about it a little bit today too. I think it was like Haley Atwood or something like that. She was talking about how
she's hot.
Yeah, she's so smoking hot. Yeah. Hey, Haley, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I live out here in LA. I'll take you to dinner. What's up? What's up, baby?
Hey, baby, let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah. I'll take you to Benihana's. We'll get shrimp and lobsters. Anyways, but yeah, they were saying
extra fried rice. Extra fried rice,
right,
baby.
That's right. Yeah, that garlic fried rice, baby. It's fire. But I think he was talking to one of the receivers. I think it was Palmer or something, and they said like that the Herbert's balls are like Tasmanian devils, and like
yikes.
They like
Herbert's balls.
I know. I'm just leaving that door wide open, baby. Yeah, because he says like like they come out like faster than you think or whatever, and then they like they kind of have a mind of their own.
Is that true with Tasmanian devils?
Yeah. It's like it's just he's got this freaking weird spiral. It's amazing, So and the receivers just got to catch the ball though, they talked about that last year. Is that even though his passes are so like freaking amazing that they gotta just make it happen. You know, like and that's just kind of the truth when it comes to the even the play calling. You know, I know we all know the play calling sucks, but the players just got to make it happen. You know, just got to make it work. You know,
and Maxwell Hughes just said they just explode out of his hands.
Yeah, that's
his
right.
ball,
that's right.
His balls explode out of his hands.
Yeah.
And then hey, Dicker the kicker, Dicker the kicker, Dicker the kicker, Dicker the kicker. I'll be chanting this shit all day,
dude. This guy over here.
What? This guy you got.
Yeah. Next week's gonna come down to Big Kick Dicker. That's right.
Big Kick Dick. Big Kick Dick. How about that? Big Kick Dick.
Oh man, we love it, guys.
So many jokes, guys. So many jokes.
Oh,
this is the best.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. Kicker in the Dicker, dude. I love it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So any other questions, comments, or anything out there, guys? If there's anything else that you guys are thinking about based upon the game.
There was a long question. We had I marked one from Aether a long while ago here.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, what do you think of the play calling defense from Staley after down 10?
Yeah. So his defensive play calling, he got a lot more aggressive. Like I said, the one thing that we needed to do is make sure we put him in 3rd and long situations because Mariota really didn't do very well to throw the ball downfield. I mean, they did get a fair amount of 3rd down conversions, but when he passed the ball on 3rd down and long, it just didn't work out for him. I could think of, that Kyle Pitts throw. Was it Kyle Pitts that he was like wide open late in the game? And
missed
that could have been a massive play. Missed him twice there. And so there's a lot of things that he just does not have a good downfield ball by any means. I mean, even to say Mike from Out of Your Falcon Mind, he's not a big fan of Mariota at all because he can't throw the freaking ball. Like, so that's an interesting thing. I mean, they are a run first type offense, and we found a way to let them run, but not allow them to pass. So we kind of held them to 1 point. Or one side of the ball to the other. Cause I mean, we only gave up, 100 and something yards passing or whatnot. So 129 yards, I'll take that all day for the Chargers. So, but found a way to win. Big, another positivity. We kept them under 20 points. And I feel like that's a very, very big key stat for us.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I think Mariota, they went 5 for 11 on 3rd down.
And I guarantee all of those were, I'd say of 5 of those, probably 4 of those are probably based upon a run. Probably about a run.
Yeah.
So,
dude, Kyle Pitts only had 2 receptions for 27 yards.
Crazy.
That's it, dude.
Crazy.
Tyler Algier, 1 for 24. Drake London, 3 for 23.
Yep.
Dude, they had 129 yards receiving. That's it.
Yeah, we did a good job on that. I mean, we held them down quite a bit in that side, and that wasn't a strong part of their game. Their game is run the ball pretty much. So Joker Hope is asking, do we feel like we need to sign a receiver? Actually, Doss didn't even play at all. I didn't even see Doss at all.
No.
Doss is on the bench until he can prove himself for sure.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good.
Yeah, Maxwell says a lot of ATL drops and errant throws from Mariota. It was a lot of them. There was a lot of those. I mean, it was.
He a bitch. He a bitch.
Quit smoking that yayo over there, dude. What are you doing?
Hashish. Hashish. What you talking about?
Jeez Louise over there, man. What is going on with this guy? When's the pizza gonna show up? Jeez.
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
Pizza? Let me check it out, dude. What is goddamn pizza?
This dude over here. Where's that Domino's showing up? Gosh.
Where's my breadsticks at? Where's my breadsticks at? What's going on here?
Man, better get that extra marinara dip. I got it.
Dang, bro.
Extra marinara.
Hey, share a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Louise.
Actually, a lot of people are talking about this though too. So obviously, we got to fix that D line fit real quick though. Because I mean, look at that. I mean, Tyler Algier, he got 10 rushing attempts and 99 yards. So how many actually total rushing for them? 201 total rushing yards.
Yep,
big time. Oh yeah.
And I mean, we're going against Christian McCaffrey next week. And that's not going to be good. And the thing is, a Niners' strength isn't their quarterback; it's really their running game.
Running.
So,
right.
Big thing too. This game kind of shifted when they got that penalty. Who was it? Who was it that got that long run on us? And I think they got a touchdown. It was Cordero Patterson, I think. And wasn't there like a penalty? They had 2 penalties on them for the Falcons. It was I'm trying to look at my notes on that one. Oh gosh, it was kind of later in the game, wasn't it? Where they got a touchdown and then they were like, two penalties. I think it was like a holding and then like a chop block or something crazy like that. But either way, they made mistakes that basically became kind of an issue for them. That kind of threw off the game for them too. But either way, we have to figure out how to solidify our run game. Because, I mean, you can't expect, and once again, maybe the strategy might be the same thing next week. I don't think Jimmy G's going to kill us with his arm. He's going to kill us with the run. So if we just kind of let them run, but we don't allow them to make any large passes or anything like that, we could have that same strategy next week, to be honest. And hopefully Allen will come back next week too.
Yeah, I'm hoping Allen comes back too. I mean, here's the thing about Allen. Allen is that guy that's just open on third down. And I wish Bandy had a better game too. I'm a little frustrated that he didn't have such a great, but again, he had 5 receptions for 26 yards. So average 5.2 yards per reception, which is fine. But he had 8 targets, so he had 3 missed plays.
Yeah.
And then Everett had 3 missed plays. DeAndre Carter had 1 missed play, right? Palmer had 2 missed plays, right? So my point is, across the board, we're not playing perfect across the board offensively or defensively. Sure. So again, you guys, a lot of people have criticized us for being so negative on this team, but the problem is, guys, we are going into our tough schedule at this point, right? Yeah. This is the freaking knife of the wait, what do we say?
Tip of the spear.
Tip of the spear. Knife of the beef.
Edge of the knife. Crack of my ass.
We're going down the gauntlet or something, whatever you want to say, right? Like, tip of the spear, ass of the crack. Is that what you said?
No. Tip of the spear, edge of the knife, crack of my ass.
We're going into Mordor right now. Yeah. A little Lord of the Rings reference there.
Little Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah. No, we got the ring. We got to put it into there, into the volcano. Try to get to that point.
Wait, that was Gandalf, dude. Yeah, he was like with Balrog or whatever. He had that whole thing.
Right. None shall
My point is, like, we are at the hard part of our schedule.
Yeah.
And we don't have our team together, right? And that's the part that's concerning, guys. Like, it's okay to say, hey, we're playing these, the Raiders or whoever, teams that just suck. Like, they're not playing great. Yeah. But, dude, and look, the Falcons are a good team. They really are a good team. They are a very good team. But they just play differently than us. But guys, Niners is a big challenge, right? We're playing them at the Niners Stadium, correct?
Yes, it's in San Francisco. I actually really want to go to that game. Like I've been thinking about like trying to carpool up with some folks down here. Like see if I can link up with some people. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but we'll see. So
that's a pretty awesome field. I've been twice. I've been there twice.
I just got an update on Austin Johnson stuff.
Yep.
It looks like they expect it to be an MCL injury as well. Because he did leave the locker room after he went in with crutches on and like a whole knee brace thing going on. So they do expect obviously MCL. I mean, if he had crutches and stuff like that, that could be ACL. And if that's the case, that's not good. So
MCL basically takes about a 6-week recovery generally. So it really depends on kind of what it is, but it's about a 6-week recovery. So, who knows? Maybe it's not going to be as bad as they expect, but I mean, knees are always very, very touchy of a situation. I mean, it's weird how we've had a lot of issues with knees of recent.
With knees,
the bee's knees.
We got knee injuries, yo.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
so Brandon
true.
Shelley just got done with a post-game press conference. We should watch what he says. He's all smiles.
Well, of course, we won. I mean, how can you can't be negative after a win, I mean, we could be kind of sad thinking about how we could have won by more. I mean,
guys, my only argument is this, is that like we need to win convincingly. I feel like our team is just we're limping along. Now, okay, I had this argument with my buddy of mine just this week, right? And we're almost an hour into this podcast at this point. So, throw your questions out, guys. Give us your thoughts. Give us some, if you have questions. But the problem is, okay, take for instance the Falcon or the Eagles. The Eagles are what, 7-0 now right now? So
8-0, I think.
8-0 now.
Oh, they're 8-0 now? Okay,
yeah.
8-0.
Yeah,
undefeated.
They won Thursday night. Yeah.
Okay. So my point is they're 8-0 right now. Okay. But the time that really matters is when, the end of the season, right? So my hope is, and this is my positivity hope, is that we get hot at the end of the season and look good into the playoffs. And then I think we would just kick absolute ass, right? And that's where I think we can be good because Bosa come back. Williams will be there. Allen will be there. Our team will be there 100%, right? And so we'll be good to go. These guys that got us there will be there. Now, the good thing about that too, though, is this. It gives us more depth. So if somebody gets hurt down the road, let's say Allen comes back and gets hurt again, well, Bandy's there or Palmer's there. Other people can step up because people have had opportunities to take snaps and get reps with Herbert.
Yep.
Again, we just got to keep Herbert healthy, keep him upright. And, dude, I love the fact that he had no sacks against him. No sacks, guys. No sacks. Now, Falcons are pretty bad at that. They're not good at sacks at this point. But, hey, good. It's good to see no sacks. We don't want to see his ass get touched, at all.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's the thing. If we just keep treading along, keep swimming along, I keep thinking of Dora from Finding Dora, let's just keep swimming, and we just keep going, going, keep moving along. Like if once again, the thing about it, next week's game against the Niners, that's a game to me that I said that was going to be a loss. But the thing is, though, if we find a way to win that one, that will be massive for us. Not just for a confidence side of things, but it's one of those games that we were able to flip. And so anything's possible, guys. Like anything is completely possible for next week against this game versus the Niners. And then after that, then I think we play the Chiefs at home, I believe. Is that the next game after that? And then we play the Cardinals here in Arizona. I'm pretty positive that's it.
Yeah, it's Chiefs because you were going to go to that game. Yeah, Chiefs and then Cardinals. Yeah.
Yep.
And we're all going to be at the Cardinals game.
Right.
Kyle, you'll be at the Chiefs game, correct?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be at the Chiefs game. Got be rolling out there for Thunder Alley. Just hanging out. Just doing the stuff I like to do out there.
Let's taco about it.
Let's talk about tacos.
Yep.
Hanging out with the Los Rayos, hanging out with in Thunder. All the folks. It'll be good times.
Yeah, bro, I'll tell you right now, guys, and I'll tell you flat out, guys. If you guys go to the tailgate, it is a freaking blast. I'm not joking, guys. Like, if you go to the game at all, just go to the tailgate. Show up early, walk over to the tailgate, go to the pink lot, walk up and down Thunder Alley. It is a freaking blast. It is the best experience I've ever had in my whole life. Like, I'm not joking. You have to go. You have to go. So I'm telling you, if you don't go, you're doing yourself a disservice to even going to the game at all. Am I right, Kyle? James?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Great time.
This was the first year I've ever actually gone to the tailgate, and I'm like, dude, what have I missed out on so much?
Yes.
I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is so much. It makes the experience so much better, and like 1,000 times. And the truth is too is that because everyone, both sides of the ball have such good vibes during the tailgate time, so it's absolutely worth it no matter what. We're all just there, just having a good time or whatever, dancing, whatever, just playing little tailgate games. You name it, it's all there. But even afterwards, we can kind of lick our wounds together or whatever, because there's still people that are still vibing afterwards. So it's like, hey, sounds good. Let's just keep it going.
Hey, I was gonna say, Jesus Nunez. He said, you guys think about the game planning for the Chargers will be easy for the Niners. Since throwing short passes has been trend for the Chargers. You see that one? It's like the fourth comment down. I was just thinking that was one of the...
Where? Very top? Or is it?
Oh, yeah. You don't see it.
Almost towards the bottom.
Yeah. So the thing about it is like, I do think that the strategy is very, very similar to what this game was. because I do expect it's kind of the same thing. Jimmy G is kind of not really a downfield passer.
No.
So we're going to be dealing kind of with about the same thing where we just got to find a way to hold their run game.
Stack the box.
Stack the box, hold the run game as much as you possibly can. And that's really the big thing. Now, Niners have the best ranked defense in the league. They only give up 285 yards a game right now. And their give up 199 yards passing and 86.6 yards a game in rushing. So it's going to be a grinding game, and we have to find a way to hold their offense to, don't allow them to run, pretty much.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, they run the ball. Okay, so total yards is 375 yards. Wait, that's last season. Hold on. So that was last
I'm looking
season.
at it. Their offense is about 356 yards per game. They throw about 237 yards per game to us, to where 279. We do 368 yards a game. And then they run the ball roughly about 120-ish. Or it's about, if I round up, it's
120-ish.
Yep. So they have a pretty well balanced game offensively, but their defense seems to be their big thing for them. So I mean, they only give up 18.4 points a game, to where we give up what do we give up? Holy smokes, I don't even want to look at it. 27 points a game. So
holy smokes. We are almost
I guess
the Detroit Lions are worse than us. That's it. The Detroit Lions, guys.
Wow. But I'll say this, we have done now 2 games where we've given up under 20 points. So the Broncos game and the Falcons game. So in the last 2 of 3 games, we have done better about holding offenses down. Now, once again, the Broncos offense is terrible and abysmal. And then we got smoked by the Seahawks. And then we ended up beating the Falcons, under 20 points here. So my thing, I don't know what we're kind of thinking here. I know we're getting a little bit over an hour here, but my thoughts here is that we might be a team that we're figuring out an identity to play ugly and find ugly wins. And regardless, a win is a win is a win. I'll take it all day. But maybe that's just our identity for this season, is we're going to play ugly and we're going to play tough football, basically.
Well, the good news is we're so positive in the turnover margin as well too. So I think we're +3, maybe +4 now at this point. So we're probably 3rd or 4th in the league at this point, which is great. And look, that's big, right? That's exactly right. If we get pressure on Jimmy G, but here's the problem. That's the only way we get pressure on Jimmy G is we bring Derwin James down in the box. But the problem with that is that Derwin James comes in the box. Guess what? Nobody's on Kittle. So here's my thought on that. Are we going to man up Kittle on Derwin James at this point, right? Because that's a big point. To be honest with you, I want to take Kittle off the field, period. I would rather have Derwin James just take Kittle out of the equation 100%. Just man his ass up. Bitch, you ain't getting shit. And then we're done, right? That's my point, right? Done deal.
Right.
Take Kittle off the field. We're good to go. Like from there, where do you go from that point, right? You just don't go anywhere. You just don't.
Brandon Ayuk's been having a solid season for them.
He's doing well. But Davis on him,
ASU alumni. He's a stud when he was there. He's an absolute stud. And then you got obviously, obviously Kittle. And I really think once again that will be Derwin James's guy. And then you got Deebo Samuel there too, who I think is one of the best wide receivers. Now I think he is injured. I don't know what his whole injury situation is and when he'll be back, but I guess he's got a hamstring injury too. So we'll see where that happens with that one. So I mean, they have targets. It's just the thing is, can we find a way to hold their running game? That's my key to that. Early look at it. That's my key to that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, but they also got like Deebo Samuel and stuff out there too, though. So it's like, I mean,
he's got a hamstrings injury, so it could be a situation just like Allen.
True. Yeah.
So
is he out though at this point?
I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, they're on a bye week right now, and he was listed out, and he's been out. So I don't know how long it's going to be when he comes back.
That's right. So we get him off the bye, which is good. Which mean they'll probably come out slow like we did this game, which would be good.
Yep.
Well, I mean, that could also be pretty bad though too. I mean, I know Jack, he was talking about that all the time. That he was complaining that the Raiders always play the Chiefs off of a bye week, so
yeah,
like it could go either way. Like they could come out super hot, guns blazing, and a little bit more healthy at that point, or they could be flat. We'll see.
Yep, we'll see. Yeah, and Moda, yeah, Jerry Tiller should not be on this team or any team. Hey, he didn't play this game, and we still got ran on a bunch. But we always talked about it. Speed bump doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot for us.
Dude, speed bump sucks. He pisses me off, dude. Every time I see him on the field, it just makes me angry. I just like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
No, and what sucks is he's a big dude. He's a big freaking body. Like he's a big dude. A guy that size should do something and have some ability to make the game different, but he doesn't. That's the problem. God, it just frustrates me, dude.
Yep.
And think about that for a second. Like you can argue all day that he was a bad pickup from Telesco, but dude, he's a big guy and he did well in college and he had great games in college, but clearly he had games that were, he just got lucky on some plays. And so he's just one of those guys that's just, quite frankly, not that good. So if we cut him loose, which I think that will happen, we'll not re-sign him for sure. It is what it is. So it's a bummer.
That's right.
Yep.
So we're a Titans fan tonight, guys. We want to see the Titans beat the Chiefs. That'd be amazing.
That's right. That'll be huge because then we'd be tied up. Right now, I was just looking at the standings. Like currently, our playoff position. If the playoff happened today, we would be 7th seed.
And we would play the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, we'll play the Chiefs. I think we would still have they would still have us on the tiebreaker. I think. Actually, no. I think I'm not exactly sure how the tiebreaker would work if they lost. Because we're 2-1.
They beat us. They beat us in the division, so
they beat us. Yeah. Okay. So that's why they would have the tiebreaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But if we were to beat them, the second game that we play, which I did pick that game to be a win because it's in SoFi.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But you're right.
So. Yeah, and I think so. I think we would probably still be at 7th seed, even if we tied them tonight, if they had that loss. So,
100%.
Right.
Okay, still would be there.
Yeah. So, that's good to hear. Good to see.
Dicker the kicker, dude. Dicker the kicker. Guys, smash that like button, please, for us. I will say this. It really matters to us because not only does it matter because it makes people say, "Okay, cool," and then YouTube goes, wow, these guys have a lot of people that show up and they like what their content is. It makes a big difference on the algorithm. We get a little more love. We can talk to more Charger fans. That's the whole point. Like we want people to engage with us because the whole point of this channel is to talk to the fans. We're not making money to do this, guys. We're just doing this on our own. So we want to talk to you guys. So like and subscribe. That matters to us. That it really does.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Any other last little comments or anything like that? Or if you guys want to move on, because I know we were talking about possibly doing a post-game kind of wrap up, I guess, with the no, I don't think it's going to be tonight or anything like that, but it's going to be with the Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast.
They were thinking about Monday night or Tuesday night. I think we wanted to just kind of chat with them a little bit more about the game. So, and that'd be totally fine with me. Yeah, we love those guys. Those are awesome. So,
they seem really cool.
Great dudes.
I love chatting with them during the game, by the way. That was a lot of fun. Our internal chat, that was really cool. They're super nice.
Yep.
And I think we'd actually jump on their show for this one for sure. So, yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. No, this is great. Well, guys, I guess we could wrap up from here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yep. We got the win. That's all that matters, guys. That's a big win. Being 5-3. Last 5 games, we are now 4-1. Let's keep it going, guys.
I like
and guess what? Bigger stat on that, too, is that we've always gone into deficit with the last 5 games now. And we've found a way to be able to win each one of them. So we are becoming kind of this team identity-wise. I'll say right now, we're a grinder team. So we find a way to be able to get back into this game and find a way to win. So I think that's kind of the identity that we're at. And let's keep it going, man. I mean, this next game, Sunday Night Football against the Niners. That's a big one. That is a big one for us.
That's a huge one.
Huge one. Yeah. That's a big game. And we need to show up for that game, guys. Right. So We got to get hyped up, do a couple lines of coke, some meth, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure some shit out, dude. We got to make that happen, dude.
Yeah,
you know
we don't condone that on this channel, dude.
Sorry, guys. What? Who said what? Sorry.
Yeah, that's a liability right there, dude. What are you doing?
No coke, whatever. We're good, dude. We're good.
Yeah, what you do in your own time is your own business. See, you ain't got to share that with the rest of the class. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, we got to get hyped up for that game. We got to get hyped up for that game.
This guy's waiting for
energy drinks, all the above. Let's make it happen, dude.
Jeez Louise.
Shoot.
Yikes.
Hey, but you know what? Weed is legal in California, so you know what? Puff, puff, pass. You know what I'm saying?
No, but you can't do that before a game. They'll just make you want to sleep on the field, dude. He's like,
hey, well, you just got to get the right strain, brother. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. That's great.
All right.
Okay, we'll in there, guys.
We appreciate all you guys. We love talking with you. Like, we love all your comments. And keep the conversation going. We do hit you up in the comments a lot. So just let's just keep it rolling, y'all. So on to the next one.
Absolutely.
We'll unpack a lot more about this game a little bit more as we kind of go through the week, and then we'll kind of keep you updated. You know, James and Andrew, they like to actually do little shows like in the middle of there, and I got my little I got my little things like later at night because that's what works better for my schedule. So we'll just keep it rolling, man. So anyways, just wrap us up, James.
Let's wrap it up, boys. Here you go. Appreciate it once again, everybody, guys. Let's keep it going, guys. Bolt Bros. Andy's waiting for his pizza. Let's get out of here.
Let's get it, dude.
Let's roll. Munchies over here.